Hello everybody, I'm here in Batley supporting Jayda Fransen. Here we are outside Batley Grammar School. Earlier this year, what did we see? We saw a sign of aggression. Aggression because a teacher did his job. I've seen the other candidates, including Anne-Marie Waters on her recent official election video. She said some very good things. She's a good speaker. But she said one thing. She said the teacher made a mistake showing the picture of Mohammed. He didn't make a mistake. He didn't do anything illegal. He didn't do anything that he should not have done. He was teaching children, doing his job. And we saw scenes of aggression. That poor teacher, he's gone into hiding. Even his close family members do not know where he lives. He's gone into hiding. He'll probably have another name now. He's only in his 20s. He's lost his career as a teacher. He's too scared because of the death threats. He's too scared to return, do his job as a teacher. And with good reason, because we all saw what's happened in France. So this weekend, we are here to support Jayda Fransen, a standout candidate who's going to defend the teachers and the British people in Batley and Spen. Here we are in Batley, eh? Diversity is our demise. Let's look at this.
You're not English anymore. You're not English anymore. You're not English anymore.
As you can see, on our arrival in Batley Town Centre, we was greeted by the usual suspects, parading their Communist Party flags, their signs saying refugees welcome here, shouting abuse at the local people who was watching this, and quite clearly this didn't go down very well with many of the local people. Of course, this is what the mainstream media and the government would refer to as diversity. Diversity is our strength, they tell us.
They've all come from out of town and they've been led in. Of course it is. They're led there. They're protected, they're led there. What we're paying for as well. My front garden's that way. And I've got no back garden. One of your kids, they used to be awesome carpet. And it would have failed with kids to get the chips. I've got a front garden that's that way. I've got a back garden. There's an house underneath.
Here we go. Diversity is our strength, they tell us. This is not our strength. This is an invasion. Diversity is our demise.
one of our activists. This is Danny. Danny's been out in the constituency today campaigning, and well, Danny, you tell everyone what you were doing today.
Yes, I first went to Batley Grammar School, did a video outside there, because what we saw earlier this year was madness, wasn't it? All the candidates, by the way, have said that the teacher made a mistake. He didn't make a mistake, every single one. So
Apart from me.
Apart from Jayda. So yeah, then I went into the town centre, and the Communist Party was there. Yes, it was quite hectic, marching past us. I did stand there and show one of the leaflets. Yeah, they didn't act aggressively. They behaved themselves.
Really?
But they did a few hand signals, but that's about as far as it went.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So the Reds are out in the town centre today, but we've been out canvassing, haven't we? So we've got teams of activists around the constituency giving out thousands of these. Now, thankfully, and I want to just take a moment actually to thank everybody who supported us throughout this campaign. We have done a full mail drop through Royal Mail. You saw those leaflets, Danny. They're slightly different to these, a bit more tame maybe, but they went out through Royal Mail to 50,800 homes, every home in Batley and Spen, which is superb. But these we had printed because you just never know whether all of your leaflets are going to be delivered, you know? So we got these printed and we're giving these out throughout the constituency. We've got teams out on the ground at the moment, and yeah, Danny's been very busy today, but we've got a few more days to go, haven't we? Polling day's not till Thursday.
Yeah, I'm gonna be out tomorrow and Monday delivering these leaflets. It's very important that we get the message out that not all the candidates are corrupt. Jayda is the only one to vote for.
Good man, absolutely. Well, thank you very much, Danny, and we'll keep going. We'll catch up again later on today, all right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Right, I'm outside the Church of St Thomas the Apostle in Batley, and this was actually the setting for our main leaflet drop for this by-election in Batley and Spen. We issued 50,800 leaflets to the Royal Mail, as we're entitled to do, as I'm standing in the Batley and Spen by-election. So each candidate is entitled to a free leaflet drop, and the Royal Mail take them to every single home in the constituency. And it's quite similar to this leaflet, although in the background is a picture of this wonderful church, which is a lovely landmark in the constituency. Subsequently, the Bishop of Leeds came out to condemn my use of the picture of the church, and said that they didn't give permission for me to use it, although it is in fact a public space. And you know, this is a building, but the church is the collection of people. That's what matters in Christianity, and many people will know that the British Freedom Party is a Christian movement. I'm unashamedly Christian, and of course, if I want to attend a church in Britain and take a photograph outside or use it as a backdrop, I should be free to do so. But for some reason, the Bishop of Leeds, Nick Baines, took exception to my use of this picture and issued a statement. Now, in the statement, the Bishop of Leeds has said that the Christian gospel rejects my political message, which is, in fact, the same as on this leaflet: keep Batley British. Now, I don't understand, I'm just uncertain of what gospel the Bishop of Leeds has been reading, because nowhere in the Christian Gospels does it contradict that message. In fact, the Bible is very clear on nationalism, and I am a nationalist. I'm an ethnic nationalist, and the British Freedom Party are ethno-nationalists, unashamedly. And the Bible is very clear on nationalism. It's very clear that God gave nations to peoples, respective nations to respective peoples. He didn't give the whole world to everyone, and that's why we all look so different and we all have so many different cultures. If you travel the world, you will see the many different cultures. But the Church of England, or the Bishop of Leeds on behalf of the Church of England, went on to state that the Church's vision for this nation is one of multiculturalism, multi-ethnic, and multi-faith. Now, I find it almost inconceivable that a bishop, a Christian bishop, would issue a statement on behalf of the Church of England stating that the Church's vision for our nation is a multi-faith one. At the very least, given that this is a Christian nation, at the very least, representatives of the Church should be striving to keep this nation Christian. But instead, what they're doing is they're peddling a narrative of multiculturalism, multi-ethnic, and multi-faith. And they know themselves, or they should well know, and if they don't know this, they should take their collars off. They know that the only way to salvation. The only way to heaven is through Jesus Christ. They know that. They know that the only way to spend eternity with God is through Christianity, through faith in Christ alone. So for them to be embracing other faiths and encouraging other faiths in this nation is completely unchristian. It makes them hypocrites. And I would rather be me. I'd rather be Jayda Fransen, the lowly sinner on the day of judgment, than these hypocrite church leaders who are put in these positions and abusing them and abusing their positions of authority, their positions of influence, to peddle a false narrative. Now, I've offered the Bishop of Leeds, Nick Baines, one of my many King James Bibles. I have plenty of them at home, and I'd be more than happy to meet with him and give him one as a gift. I would suggest that he reads it and just rethinks the whole ethos of promoting a multi-faith nation. Batley is British. Britain is a Christian nation, and I am standing for the forgotten people of Batley and Spen, which is British, Christian, and it will always remain so.
One of my besties ever in the cause, the most famous of all women in the cause, our Jayda. Jayda, how's it been going?
It's been going really well, John. It's good to see you. I had no doubt in my mind that you would be here, right in the middle of it, and I know that you have been, but no, it's been really good. We've been giving out many of these. We did a full leaflet drop for this by-election, which is superb. So we had a slightly different version of this leaflet go out through the Royal Mail to 50,800 homes in Batley and Spen, which is brilliant. And but we had these extra leaflets, there are thousands of these, and they're being distributed as I speak throughout the constituency, and it's been going great.
So, I mean, so Royal Mail let you deliver 50,000 leaflets?
50,800, they did. But the thing is, I mean, it's not an easy task. You know, I let our supporters know that this is not going to be easy. We had to jump through hoops to get these leaflets. And in fact, we had the same thing recently. I stood in the elections in Scotland for Glasgow Southside, and we had the same thing there. The Electoral Commission and Royal Mail, they give you really strict rules as to what you can do and what you can't. But no, I mean, look, we sent the leaflets in. As I say, these are slightly more hard-hitting, I would say, than the one that went through the doors. But we sent them to them, they approved it, we got them printed, and you know, who knows? I would like to think that all 50,800 will be delivered to every home in the constituency. You'd like to think so.
Yeah,
I don't know whether any of the posties are going to...
Obviously, there's a lot going on in Batley, and I've come up, another reason I've come up is the school teacher, because a similar kind of thing happened in Oldham where a Muslim activist has gone live on telly and said there could be riots again in Oldham. Mm-hmm. And it seems that they can call for violence all the time. I don't believe we should be violent. I don't agree with sex education in schools, but we shouldn't have to go down that violent route. But they're doing it all the time and getting away with it. Our council never said nothing to him, and this teacher's been thrown under the bus, Annie. Yeah,
I mean, look, I just want to start by saying I understand that, and I've been told, so I have it on good authority, that every other candidate that's standing in this by-election has condemned the teacher's actions of showing that picture of the Islamic Prophet Muhammad. I want to start by saying I do not feel that that teacher has done anything wrong, especially, not that it even matters, because this is a Christian nation, but when you take it in the context that it was shown, I understand the class was about blasphemy, and it was about what people might find offensive, and images and icons, and look, the same publication that produced the Charlie Hebdo image of the Prophet Muhammad also has produced some really offensive images of Jesus Christ and Mary. Now, I don't like to see them, and I have to say, I don't actually see that it's necessary for people to produce such images of any religious icon. But the difference is the Christian community didn't react in the way that the Muslim community did with Charlie Hebdo, certainly. But I will qualify by saying this. And this might shock a lot of people, I wholeheartedly support the Muslim community's objection to LGBT being pushed in schools. The education system is completely corrupt. It is run by cultural Marxists, and they are pushing essentially a program, the LGBT program, which promotes the genocide of our people, because homosexuality does not result in an ongoing population. And for me as a Christian, I reject it. Every part of me rejects it. And so I will wholeheartedly give my support to the Muslim community who are standing up. And I would encourage the non-Muslim community, the indigenous people to Britain, to stand up for their children too. We should not be exposing our children. That's what it says on our leaflets. You know, kick LGBT out of schools. We should not be allowing these people to expose our children to such horrors. So whilst I understand that, you know, no one wants to resort to violence, they want this sorted out amicably, I have to say I have a level of respect for any community who is willing to resort to violence if it comes to the protection of their children. And that might shock a lot of people, John, but there you go.
You've
got the
shocked me.
exclusive.
You've shocked me, Jayda. You've shocked me.
Well,
Jayda, thank you very much. I'm sure I'll catch up with you soon. And good luck. And hopefully people will see the British Freedom Party leaflet. You'll look into the British Freedom Party. Jayda does streams regular every week. And she's very active. So thank you very much, Jayda.
Thank you, John. Take care.